Hello, everyone, and welcome to, yes, we're doing the Devouring this time. Is that correct? If that's what you guys wanted to do. But I assume
Sure.
that is the case. So, you'll notice that I'm super tiny and at the bottom of the screen. I can't control that. My computer's in the shop. So, what I'm going to end up doing is just trying to talk loud and being at the bottom super tiny. This is the best I can do. So we're going to try it, and if it doesn't work, you might not even be seeing this, whoever's trying to look at my stuff. So what difference would it make anyway? So, last time, you guys went from the plane of air. There was some devious things happening there. Strange things, strange occurrences, let's say, with Jin acting strangely. And then you guys eventually got back together and decided to split up on the material plane. So, in the end, Arosan is in a different location than the rest of the group, which Alatar actually separated from the group, and the other two are at the temple. Though Alatar is also near the temple, but he went somewhere. He just went elsewhere. And some interesting events happened. Erosan is in the location where his parents are currently.
One of them, at least.
Yes, he is only currently with one of them, and they were being attacked by some sort of large shadow being, and it sort of killed some of the people that he was trying to escort. However, they are now locked in a crypt-like tomb, stuck underneath a church or something of some sort of holy place. And as a result, they started exploring because they were trapped. And they found some interesting things. A big pile of dead bodies, one standing or sort of laying out in front of it, and they found this weird statue thing. Not sure what that is either. Though it seems as though if it's removed, the pile of bodies animate. So, other than that, we switch over to the other group, which is they're currently at the temple, and Howler, who has been not present for the main Devouring Dark campaign for quite a while, he is currently trying to, or he was trying to negotiate with this ape-like creature. And this creature was refusing to negotiate, and as a result, Howler pretty much accidentally slayed it one go, and pretty much one attack, and the creature sort of begged for its life as it fell into unconsciousness. Lily revived the ape, and they went on from there trying to negotiate terms, and it seems like it's rather peaceful, at least at the moment. So, what do you guys want to do? Who wants to go first?
Well, I could go first, cause I still have no idea how I'm gonna get out of the place right now.
Then okay
And
with you going first?
Yeah, or you can roll a die.
Something. Also, just noticed that some of this
well, he rolled the die and it's an 18.
Yeah. What are you gonna get?
yeah, so roll against it.
Don't just focus on me. I'm just seeing a very interesting insect. Because it's interesting as hell. Boop, ends off. Okay, back to focus.
There we
Found
go.
it. So, Ben wanna go first or should I?
He
roll.
rolled an 18. He wants you to roll just
Oh.
a d20 against him.
I like rolling.
Oh. 20. Nope.
Definitely not with that roll. So, I guess Howler and Goroth.
You can just play Howler if you want, and I can play Gorath, maybe.
Okay, I'm going to make sure that if there's any choices that you have input, but I can attempt to play them.
Sure. You know well enough.
Okay, so Howler walks back into the meeting hall after dealing with the ape situation. Everybody, there's a few people who gathered around. I don't know whether Goroth would be interested or not, but Lily is out there. So that's up to you if you wanted to have seen that situation or not.
He would be interested. It's easy. He switches focus quite easily, so you can go out and see what that was all about.
Okay, so I'll say that you catch the tail end of it. You sort of see Howler stabbing this ape creature, and then Lily getting shocked and rushing over to the ape-like creature and healing the ape-like creature, and then he saw all the rest of it.
Okay.
What else?
So I go over and ask Lily, so what was that all about?
He was just mean to that ape. And then she points over to where it went. You saw where it went. And it's sitting over next to the things.
Okay. I'll try and talk to him, and I point towards the gorilla.
Alright. So, you can walk over. Lily is sort of interested in the ape, kind of like she's interested in any small creature, like, or any creature that isn't humanoid.
Fur.
Or feathers.
Though you have a feeling that if she goes over to try to cuddle this thing, it's not going to be receptive to that.
I'll go with her, so it's fine.
Okay.
We're at one thing at a time.
So she goes over and immediately starts, touching its fur and stuff like that. It's at the moment docile, however, it's just sort of sitting there.
Okay, so I'm just gonna check my spells. We had a short rest before we got teleported here, right? So I didn't use.
You had a long rest, technically.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I used some at the beginning, like the banishment. So I don't have that back, but I'll just find my sheet. It should be here. So I see one. So yeah, I'll use one of my spell slots to detect thoughts, because I already cast it racially.
Alright.
As I approach it.
Alright, you can detect its thoughts, and it actually has a higher thinking process in other words, it can understand a language, so it has enough intelligence that you can get more than like single words or nonsensical phrases and things like that. So, it understands the language, and you go up to detect its thoughts, and it's thinking, I can't believe that small creature defeated me.
So yeah, I tell Lily he's still upset about his loss. I believe.
Yeah, and he still has a wound on his neck from the fight, because Lily didn't fully restore his hit. So, still injured, he's not in a happy. So Lily just sort of goes, oh, poor thing. And she pets it.
Okay, so I try and connect with this one and send him telepathic messages, asking him, telling him probably shouldn't underestimate creatures unless they're like really, really bigger than you. Then you should overestimate them.
It looks towards you. And actually, this thing is going to be confused by receiving messages in its head, and it goes. It starts touching its head strangely.
I just sort of wave at it.
As you do that, it looks over and it goes,
I point to my head, and I point to his head, and I say, yes, this is me. I can do this.
and it just sort of
Say
looks
it
at
in his
you.
head or just through your
Yeah, in
mouth
his
this time?
No, in his head. I usually speak telepathically. So.
Plus, it's fortuitous because this creature can't understand. So, just so happens. Either way, it looks at you, and it looks like it's focusing real hard. And in your mind, it actually comes out louder, and it goes, "Can you hear me?" Really loudly. Your mind is almost overwhelmed by how much thought, fortitude is put into the speaking.
Yes, I can.
It goes, and it starts focusing harder. It says, I can't believe you understand me. No one does. Other than my cop.
I haven't met your clan, but I'm assuming they're not slutty.
So you see it physically nod and then answer in your head, yes!
So your clan can't communicate? I ask him.
He goes, we can, but in a way that you tend to not understand. And then he starts making his, what is it called? Sign language. That's it.
We have like some signs too, but most people find it easier to have in writing or with words.
And you hear it go, in your mind it says, I can't speak using my voice really loudly as you hear it physically go. Frustratedly.
Yeah, I could hear you clearly.
Oh God!
You said you couldn't speak, but you spoke.
And he goes, well, no one understands what I say. Not even my kind.
Oh yeah, but that's not quite true. I'm talking to you right now.
God, why?
You see his brow just arch inward, just ferociously, and he You just see him. You hear him heavily thinking, and his thoughts are just confused and all over the place. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, like I'm not trying to make fun of him or anything. Like I'm just.
He just doesn't understand that he is making a vocalization, and it's not something that makes sense to people. But then you're saying that he makes sense, and you're just confused. That's all. So
Okay, so
he's just confused. And then he just starts taking one of his fingers and just scratching his head lightly.
So I'll ask him. So why are you here at the temple? I see there's many strange creatures, but I haven't had a chance to talk to them all.
He goes, "Well, I'm here to save my people."
Oh, that doesn't sound too bad.
Yes, they had something come over them, and they became angry.
Oh, the shadow.
He just sort of looks off to the side, and he just looks over angrily. Seems like his normal facial expression that he would normally have is just anger. But either way, he just looks over to the side angrily, and then he looks to you and he says, in his mind, "That is what." And then he points to Indarham as he's just walking back from you. And he says, "That human said as well."
It's what we call it. And is there anything black around me? Or like a shadow in the sun? I don't know if the sun's up.
Yeah, the sun is up.
Yes,
and
I point to my shadow and I point to his shadow. It's like this. That's what we call shadow.
he goes, "Yes, but what covers my people is not on the ground."
It's also shadow. Just bad shadow.
He scratches his head confused. You can tell that he's smart for an ape, but he's not smart enough to understand complicated concepts. Maybe your character doesn't understand that.
Yeah, he tries to talk to him like everyone else. So yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. But as a player, you're sort of getting that he doesn't understand complex concepts.
So yeah, I tell him. Well, we like go and jump all over planes. We're going back to the plane of air. We can probably help you when we get back.
Scratches his head again.
Huh?
What is that?
Je locals out.
What is say? Hey.
Oh, I can show you.
Waarom pak
I banish him.
Okay, you
I
banish
have
him.
no idea where he's gonna end up.
You
can save
don't
if
know.
he wants to.
You don't know. You didn't ask him.
No, I just want to show him.
Yeah.
You asked questions.
How long do you banish him for?
For like half a minute.
Okay. And
Yeah.
once you allow him to come back, he goes. You see him as soon as he comes back. You see his arms are in the air as he summons back, and then he just goes.
What? No, calm down. I just showed you a plane. Where did you go? I'm curious.
And he sits back down on his butt, and he just has his arms in front of him, and he's just looking at you angrily. He goes, "Where I go, it was empty."
Oh, God, so you're from this plane?
He looks around, and he still doesn't fully understand what he means. But he goes, "I don't know what plane means, but
Oh,
I'm from here." And he motions to the jump.
So I tell him, like, some is in the sky, and some is underwater, and some are just burning.
I'll be right back.
Okay. And he goes, "Not sound like those places."
Some of them are. I mean, the up in the sky was fun.
from his perspective, you mean that you're just
Yeah,
flying
I'm
up in the
pointing
sky.
up in the sky, like up in the heavens, basically.
Yeah, and he goes, "My kind, not fly."
Sure, you can, and I cast fly on him.
And he starts floating in the air, and he's like disoriented. Can you imagine if you cast fly on a dog, it would react the same way the first time? And he just sort of goes.
Gorath will have no spells if he meets any enemies, because he just uses them on a whim.
Yeah, it seems like that. And he's just trying to grab onto the ground. And he's just like... He doesn't seem like he's happy now. Instead of angry on his face, he just has sad and worried painted all over his face. He doesn't enjoy this at all.
It's okay, you can go up in the sky, but you won't get to the other plane. But you can fly.
And he starts trying to go to different places. Eventually, he figures out how it works. Then he comes back down and he says, "That is not a way."
Oh, okay.
And he
Well,
just,
you just said you couldn't fly it. I wanted to show you you could.
he goes, "You did something." And he actually points to you as he thinks this.
Yeah, I made you fly.
Don't do it again.
Oh, as long as you don't ask for it.
He just has a furrowed brow, angrily looking at you.
But I'll leave you alone now. Let's. You wanna see what else there is? Have you been there before, Lily? Well, I know you have, but for long.
He goes, "Well, not much. Walked here."
Is there anything anyone interested in I should perhaps see?
Well, sure, but nowhere near here.
Who did she say? Sorry.
Oh, she said that there's nothing really interesting near here.
Oh, okay. So yeah, I'll just go wander about and see who I stumble across.
Alright, you're not going back into the meeting place?
Well, if it's still taking place, yeah, sure. Because it just got interrupted. So yeah, I'll head back up there. That's fine.
Alright. I just wanted to make sure. Because technically
Yeah,
here's something happening.
Yeah, I agree. That's fine.
Okay. So, you go back into the room as Howler is just sort of sitting at the other side of the table. And he's sort of just pinpointing locations on the map that might be interesting to you. Though he expresses extreme interest in going to a specific location or trying to do something in that location. As Goroth approaches. Goroth doesn't know any of these locations or what he's talking about.
Okay. So I just look over the world map. Do I recognize anything from what I've read on the material plane?
Okay, you can roll a history.
History. I'll do with advantage and we'll do wild search.
Okay. What happens?
Oh god, this time he rolls 1d100. Guess what? They're going to the shadow fell.
Suddenly the war table is in the plane of water sinking. So 20, that's pretty good. And that's this one, 19. So.
Yeah, they aren't teleported. So.
They aren't teleported. Yet. But two flumps appear and they're frightened of me, running away from me.
Really? You got that one again?
It's like the
Flumps
fourth
are
time.
disrespectful to me.
This is like the third time, easily, that this has happened. So they appear and everybody's sort of confused as they appear, but then they just run away into a dark corner of the room.
Okay.
And
So I just
random people go, "Who is that?" But you don't hear anything.
Okay. As they leave me, I just go and wave at them. Hello again.
You're not sure if they're the same ones, but they look the same.
I'll assume they're the same.
Fair enough.
And I will. Yeah. What did I get from my 20 history?
Yeah, we'll get to that in a second. You also do hear after a while them saying, "Why are you so scary?"
To me?
Yeah. You hear the Flunk's voices, and since you're adept at hearing other people's voices in your head, you can tell that it's coming from them.
So I send back to them. I don't know what you're talking about. I mean, Spotty can be scary sometimes, but I haven't done anything to you other than summon you.
And they say, "It's scary enough."
Don't worry, you'll go back soon enough. Unless you don't go back. You usually go back.
And then as you say that, they're about to respond, you hear a like, "Eh," and then they vanish. Okay, so what you get from the history is a lot, actually. You know that there are the landmass shapes, and you know like the main ones, which is the two seas are encompassed by land, or the two main bodies of water are encompassed by land, and they each have two different elements associated with them. You know that the formation of the world, you know a bit of the history on that, is elements collided, and some people who live on Limbo theorize that perhaps that's just what the world was before, but it just so happened that a bunch of elements came together, and then they started separating out different locations that only had those certain things. They theorize about that, but nothing is concrete or confirmed. So yeah, they theorize that maybe it was like Limbo before, and then large concentrations of elemental energy just collided and created other different places, things like that.
What's the first like mayor city or something that I would recognize?
First city on the map, since I don't have it in front of me.
Just you know.
First city?
Like just the first one I would know about. Like, is that out?
Yeah. Okay. So since you're rolling a general history check, then you would probably only be familiar with major cities.
Yeah.
There's the closest one to where you currently are. There's a few that might be approximately the same distance, but one of them would be Lockardia, which is a volcanic location.
Okay, I can computer because I just go over to the map and I point at that Cardia on the map. I say, "Oh, have any of you been there? I've heard of this place. I would like to go."
All right. So since you say that, actually reveal something that you didn't know before. With any characters, Rock Thrower walks over to the map and looks it over, and he says, "Yes, there."
Yeah, you would like to go too?
He goes, "That's where I used to."
That's where I
Used to live.
used to live. Oh. So, what's it like there? I've only read about the giants and stuff. A bit about your...
Well, I'm your friend, and he pats himself on the chest. he's classified as a giant. Within the giant, like, if there were species, then instead of humanoid, he would be giant. That would be the classification. However, not like the usual type of giant that would live in a giant settlement. However, he goes on to describe that he was at this place where he wasn't exactly in the mountain. He spent most of his time outside the mountain, attempting to cultivate ashen wastelands for farming. So they were trying to plant crops and different things in a location that's mostly dusted with ash. So they were being successful at it for quite a while, and he was trained in how to like plow fields and make sure that there's enough nutrients in the soil for plants to grow, that sort of thing.
Okay, so I just take what he says and completely ignore him, and I ask him, so what about the other giants? Did they live there as well?
He goes, many do. Under. And he seems to have a hard time trying to describe to you what he's talking about. And make an intelligence check to see if you can figure out what he's trying to tell you.
Intelligence. Can I cast Detect Self as I do this intelligence? No, Disguise Self as I do this intelligence roll?
Sure.
Because I need a wild search.
Go ahead.
12. You see? I knew it.
So as you go through what he's trying to say, we'll get to a wild search in a second.
Yeah.
He goes on to describe some giants are leaders and others warriors and others are. He's basically describing the ordinance you've read about. When you read about giants, the ordning comes up pretty regularly. It's a classification of ordering of how giants order themselves. So, like, storm giants are the top, and they go down as height, usually, or power, or intellect. So it's any of those. They can switch rankings on the hierarchy, but when they're born, they have basic ones that they start off with. So he goes on to describe how trolls are at the bottom. He doesn't say that they're the worst, but he says that they're ordered around. They're told to do things, and if they don't do it, then they're punished, basically. What's 81?
The next time I'm about to get hit, I get the spell shield.
Cool. Alright. You have that in the bank for the moment.
Hello?
I don't know if he can hear us, but Geo, you're lagging out super bad, so I don't know if you can hear us. If you can hear what we're saying, you're lagging out super bad.
Yeah.
So you might want to try to fix that.
Maybe put your router out of your refrigerator.
Nice.
I'm gonna message him in the Facebook.
Yeah, he's rejoining.
Okay. Well, if he's rejoining. Yeah, because I couldn't hear anything. I think he was trying to get our attention. Were you trying to get our attention and it wasn't working?
Yeah, I did get you. I did hear you saying that it was lagging out quite a lot.
We hear you now.
Yeah, you were like, so we didn't understand anything that you were saying.
Okay, yeah, that's... I basically turned into a Modron for a moment.
Basically, you were just making weird, random noises. But anyway, as I was saying, what was I saying? Yeah, he went on to describe all that.
Yeah, you're like...
The giant ape and the ordering.
Yeah, we didn't understand any of that.
Yeah, you're lagging.
Giant ape and ordering.
Super lagging.
Am I back again?
Uh,
Oh boy.
Yeah, and your camera was freezing and stuff, so it might be the connection. I'm not sure, but I don't know.
Am I back?
For now.
For now.
Okay, that's good. Yeah, the connection here in Italy isn't optimal.
Ah, you're in Italy at the moment.
Yes.
Interesting. Alright, well, we'll try to work with it.
Same place as last time?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Well,
Yeah, Ben knows about it since...
Ah, yes. Well, yeah. Not that far from Holland, so it doesn't make... It's not that far of a stretch, but I just didn't know. But either way, so yes, Giants in the Ordinance. You want to ask him anything else about that?
No, I'd just show my interest. Yeah, we should go there once I get back from the plane of air. Like we already promised, like a gin to help him. So.
Rockshore doesn't understand what you're talking about. He'll nod. Doesn't know what a gin is.
Yeah, I'm not too. I don't. He doesn't think about if people understand what he's saying. He's just saying what's on his mind.
Yeah, that's fair. But either way, Howler pipes up and he goes, "Oh, what are you good at?"
Well, I make stuff happen with magic. Do you want examples?
No, that's fine. I know what magic is.
Yeah, no, but I meant like for what my type of magic. There's plenty of magic.
True, but magic is useful in all its forms. Where did you come from anyway?
I start to think about magic that's not useful. And actually, I do pipe up. I wouldn't quite say that. I've seen some quite unuseful magic.
Either way, I'm sure it's useful, otherwise you wouldn't use it.
No, I sometimes use that. But the good one's better.
He just goes... and then he goes, either way, where are you from? Anywhere on this map? And he just sort of motions towards the map.
No, I'm from Limbo. I don't know, do you remember that black sladdy you helped me slay?
Well, of course. One of my many conquests.
So I said, yeah, I kind of just went to this place. I didn't like what he was doing. He was like tricking everyone and making them do stuff that they didn't want to. So I just went into his base and made a lightning storm there. And we ended up in here.
Haven't we all? And then he goes, yes, since you're off world, give me another marker. And somebody passes him a marker. He puts the marker off map, and he goes, that one represents you.
Oh, okay. I pick it up and look at it.
It just looks like a stick on top of like a round base. That's all it is.
I do prestidigitation to make it look. I try to make it look like kind of halfway broken, floating, like if I can make it seem like pieces are floating on that.
Okay, you
Just
can
like
make it
small
seem
magic.
like you're detached, but only as long as you're focusing on it.
Yeah, sure.
Alright, and he goes.
That's more like limbo.
And then, if you put it, if you give him a chance to look at it, he goes, "Well, that seems like useful magic to me."
Oh yeah, I can show you more.
He says, "I trust. That's impressive."
I read this. It's impressive.
Yeah, it seems
Aha.
like Howler is just trying to get you kind of stop talking by flattering you too much.
Oh,
But you might not catch on to that.
oh no, I like try to read his mind.
Okay. And he goes, I wish so.
I could do that too.
And Howler just sort of that you confuse.
Oh, or was you? Did you think something wrong?
He goes, "We're going to move on." And he motions over to Lily, who answers that she's not entirely sure where she's. However, she goes into stuff that Howler isn't aware of. Hey, no, Howler isn't aware of much of it. Mostly been Gora, that's been correct. So she goes into the information that you guys found when you were on the plane of fire.
Yeah, and oh wait, that person isn't with us anymore.
Isn't with us anymore. It's all I heard.
I assume he's talking about Alatar?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. She can go into explaining it as well. And he goes, "Oh, well, he was useful. Seen him go wherever he went. Do you know if he's coming back?" And then she goes, and shrugs. She just shrugs. And
Oh yeah, that reminds me. He gave me this, and I just pull out a piece of paper. I don't know what it does. Have any of you seen something like this before?
Howler goes, "Let me see that."
Yeah, I gave it to him.
Alright. He takes it from you, and then he looks at it, and he goes, "That summons a bra."
Oh, I tried
However,
to summon it.
Slatty, you don't know what bras are.
I tried to summon it to see what it is.
Alright? You summon it, and it's a bra, but your character just might not know what that is, so you sort of examine it.
Oh, what is this used for then?
And Lily just sort of looks over unapprovingly, and then points to her chest area.
Armor?
Caesar!
So it's armor.
She actually is kind of impressed by you at the moment, and she says, "You can go with that." Yeah.
Oh, okay. We don't use this on. I have this skin. It's my skin. I made it's an armor now.
Howler goes, "Weird, but kind of awesome." And he
Oh,
sort of
thanks.
just thumbs up to you.
Yeah, it's my own skin. I shedded it when I died.
Still, that's awesome. I wish I had skin armor. Wait.
Oh, well, I have a potion you could make it with, but like I only have one, and you have to die for it to work.
Ah, that sounds like too much.
As soon as it's too much work.
Yeah. Well, things come easily to Howler, at least at the moment. So,
Yeah.
not originally, but now that he's gotten used to being so powerful that he can just make things come to him easily, he's just overinflated with how easy things should be to do. So then he just assumes that, because that's killing himself would be too much. So,
Like,
at
who
least
could
that's
ever-
how I interpret it.
Yeah, that's fine. Like, who could ever kill him? Not even himself.
That's fair too. So he goes. So I guess we have everybody marked on the map, at least the people here.
Oh, do you have like other maps for like the plane of air, plane of fire?
He sort of looks around the group and he says, "Might be one around here somewhere. Fortunately," and he starts thinking. As that happens, there's something that I forgot to do.
I still have the tech thoughts on, by the way. If there's anything
That's
particular.
not what I was going to go for.
Okay.
He's just sort of thinking what he's saying, unless if
Yeah.
I say that he's saying
Yeah.
Two people who were unconscious that were sort of and everybody else ignored them apparently, sort of stumble into...
Yeah, I completely forgot about them after he talked to the gorilla.
Yeah. So one is extremely bruised up, dwarf in stature, and the other is human, currently wearing silver armor and carrying looks like 2 lances on his back, which is kind of odd. There's no fighter or warrior who can easily wield two-handed weapons at once. It's an odd thing that you might take note of. They both stumble into the room. The human seems to be helping the dwarf along. And the dwarf says, I may have maps. Other planes. You will give me access to my desk. And as he stumbles over, Howler goes, "It's not your desk, it's my desk now. You were gone for too long. It's mine." And
he says, and I might have some maps now that I think about it. And he goes to search.
yeah, he starts looking through his person. Like he knew that he didn't have maps, but now that he's going to get one-upped by this random dwarf, he's actually going to see if he has it. At least to try to make it look like he's now cartographer in master cartographer. He's going to see if he has a map. But anyway, at least that's how I'm interpreting it. Either way, so the dwarf stumbles over to his desk. And
Yeah, while this is happening, because he's looking very bad, I approach the dwarf and I say, I could make all of your injuries go away. It won't. It will only be for. Let me check the duration. It will only be for an hour, but if you want it.
He looks up and he goes, "Make the pain go away for an hour."
No, your wounds, not the pain.
He goes, he starts looking through the drawers. I thought I brought it with me, but I don't have extra player maps. And the human who is currently helping him along goes, he is also very interested. And he puts him on the chair. And Howler recognizes him. I'm going to give you a choice whether or not you want to interact with him at all. He was the guy who was locked up. His name is Baxtall. and he is also the man who is related in some way to the piano lady. You're not entirely sure, but they seemed like they were really close. And from your vision, from Howler's visions at least, you learn that they were very close. So it's up to you. If Howler wants to react to that, I'll allow you as Howler to react to that.
Yeah, okay, so Howler will probably say, so you broke out of jail already.
That's all it goes. You know, they let me out in hopes that I would join their weird religion. I refused, and since I was out, I kind of took some people with me and ran away. However, this guy is the only guy who's remaining with me. The others went to search for food and returned. And he sort of looks around the group and says, oh, there's one. Another one. Perhaps they found other survivors.
Oh, yeah, I found most people.
He nods towards you. No, you probably don't.
What did you say? No, you...
He said, I know that you probably don't believe me. And he looks at the rest of the group. And he goes, I'm not sure it matters, but I'll do whatever you deem worthy. I'll go back to jail. Genuinely, I wish to actually help you.
So yeah, as that was happening, I was just saying, Goran, he would have read his thoughts while he was speaking all of this. So is what he's saying true?
From his surface thoughts, which he might have hidden thoughts, unless if you want to probe deeper. From his surface thoughts,
I say. Well, I don't know the full story here, but I can read his mind to see if he speaks the truth.
He goes, I'm an open book. And he bows his head towards you as if it's going to make any difference.
Okay, sure. So I'm gonna do I'm just gonna use the ability because I already cast the spell. So I'm gonna probably so a wisdom save if he resists, unless he's on open book.
He is not going to resist. So he automatically fails. And yes, you actually get some memories attached to this, as I'm prone to do with this mind reading ability. Anybody who has mind reading, I may give this stuff to, but since you're this laddie, you get it as well. Either way, you read deeper into his mind, and you get visual memories. And you get that he was on the battlefield. You get this memory of him just cutting through zombies on the battlefield. But when he encounters an enemy soldier, during this fight, like he's just sort of like hacking off the heads of zombies on that battlefield location on the map. Though your character might not know where that he's fighting. And he's fighting the undead, cutting their heads off, cutting them in half, making sure that they're dormant. And he's just sort of using both of his lances. One, he'll stick it. You actually get to see one of his signature moves, which is he sticks the lance into one of them, and then he puts his stomach on the end of the lance, and he launches himself up, and then he cuts one to the left and one to the right, and then he lands on he spins his body around as he's doing this, and then he lands on his feet on the other side and grabs the lance out of the beast. So that's one of the things that he's saying. And then he turns to an enemy soldier, and he threatens them with his lance, and then they sort of just drop their weapon and are in a defensive position. and he doesn't attack, and he just continues going on attacking the undead. So he seems kind of honorable in that. He could have attacked that guy and just killed him because he was an enemy soldier, but he didn't. And he actually saved the guy from undead, so you can take it from there. And you can see that he has a holy symbol, so perhaps he's a paladin or a cleric, you're not sure, though from him wielding 2 heavy weapons, you have a feeling he's probably a paladin or so. It's up to you.
So yeah, what I say is, well, it seems like he was speaking the truth, but I don't think he likes the undead. He do like humans, and he's good with lances.
And
that's what I say.
He looks up at you and he says, "You honor me, sir," as he bows towards you.
Oh, why are you using great swords now? Do you have new tricks with those?
Oh, he has 2 lances on.
Oh, I thought he had 2 great swords. Okay.
No.
Yeah, my bad.
He has his weapons on.
So yeah, I just say, well, he's pretty good with lances.
And Howler goes, "Yeah. We fought him and he wasn't very good." And then he goes, "Well, to be fair, I was controlled, mind controlled. But still."
Oh well, maybe you're only good against undead. I don't know.
He nods towards you. "Well, I am good against the undead. I'll take that as a compliment." And he motions towards you, and he has what looks like a silver carving of Sen, which I don't know if your character is.
And then I go on to tell him, well, you know, not all the undead are bad either. Like, I met this undead bird, Plane of Air. Like, he was really nice. He's my friend now.
And he nods towards you and he says, "Yes, there are people who can control the undead. They're not always necessarily."
No, he's not dead anymore.
He nods towards you. He says, "That may be the case. However, there are people who do control the dead, and like I said, not necessarily evil." So
I didn't see anyone controlling him.
he graciously nods towards you again and he says, "But if you were seeing what I think you were seeing, sometimes they are not controlled, and they just attack people ferociously."
No, this one was nice. He played Yahtzee.
He looks at you confused, basically, and he goes, "Right. However, some are not as nice as the one you described."
Well, yeah, that's true. Yeah, with most races. I mean, most Ladi aren't nice either.
He looks at you, and then he finally takes in what you truly are. Because technically you don't look...
I don't look very much like a Slotty, I just keep deforming myself.
Yeah, technically you look a little bit strange. And he goes, "That's true as well. Would you mind speaking with me sometime?"
Sure, when? I'm soon traveling to the Plane of Air, like when I wake up or during the night. I'm not entirely sure.
He graciously motions towards you and he says, "Well, whenever you have a chance."
Okay.
However,
Well,
it seems that we are sort of overtaking this meeting. And Howler goes, "Yes, yes, the meeting, right." As he stops looking through his pack for a map. So he gets back into the meeting. What is Howler's decision? Would he put Baston back in jail? Or would he allow him a chance, since he was technically controlled by. Yeah, I'm asking you if Howler would allow him to be out of jail, or not.
I mean, it would be a tougher decision at this beginning, but I think Gorath made it way easier, so he's not gonna be thrown back into jail.
Okay, that's fair. I just wanted to make sure, because that's a bigger decision. I didn't want to just make that one.
Yeah.
So, he joins in with the meeting. Is there anything else Howler wants to bring up? Because I have one thing that he would want.
What's the thing you're thinking about then?
He would bring up the fact that he wants to try to do something to kill those, or get his mentor back, and what his actual plan on doing that.
Yeah. That was one of the things. Like he's saying, as I mentioned earlier, towards the chronicler, I wanted to write up a magical binding contract by using the blood of one of the shadow creatures, which he will be forced to oblige. In doing that, I hope to bring them back. One of my, I don't quite say mentor or thief skill anymore, because I'm better. So I'm gonna say one of my old buddies.
That's fair.
Yeah, because Haver is really full of himself, so
That's fair.
no problems.
Would
So yeah,
have
he just goes on a bit about that plan, and in theory, he will bring the unconscious Bam all the way up to the top of the temple without using any magic, and there we will be ready to apprehend him. I also have I pull out like the giant orb, and I press it on. If any magic was on earlier, like it just fades.
Okay. So, Gorok, magic attached to him at the moment.
Yeah, he just looks around. What was that?
Yeah, and he's fairly well attuned to magic. So when suddenly magic gets turned off in the area, he would notice.
Yeah. So yeah, Haller would continue on. So this would prevent him from casting further magic, but we'll need to hold him down and pretty much murder him. We have already decapitated him, so that won't do. But if we can lock him in one of our jails, that might be enough. As well as prevent him from leaving again.
The guy who's from the cloud-filled terrain, guy with the he's wearing a suit and he has the sort of just scratches his chin. He goes, well, sure what you're thinking, but absolutely.
I will go over a bit more, like not to everyone, but over to like the chronicler, and I'll show him like an example of the one, not the slave contract. That seems a bit too harsh, so I'll keep that myself. Which Darakokro willingly signed. Just adding. So yeah, he goes over and shows him like the contract with the Oni and the Naga, and say, so they kind of work like this. I have a deal. All I need is their blood. In my bag, I have some vials of his blood. When we chopped up his head.
He looks this over and he says, 2 kidneys.
Trade secret.
Swear. He's gonna make an intelligence check.
Sure, he might figure that, but I wouldn't just like to say it.
Yeah, that's right. This guy's pretty intelligent. From the Chronicles. Just sufficiently got one of the tiers. He goes, looks like a devil's contract.
It's not, but sure, let's go with that.
Signing by blood. There's or is that incorrect? Whoever you got this from, I'd be weary of that.
Yeah, well, that's why I take precautions.
And he passes it back to you.
And I didn't get it willingly. I just found it.
Oh, warning you again. Like something. Which
Okay.
you're aware of what is looking for you.
Yeah, I know what's looking for me. That's why I always keep the anti-magic orb near. So when I rest and stuff, I keep that on.
So I kind of want to get to the end of the meeting before getting to
Yeah, sure.
Son. So what else do you want to discuss, if any?
Nothing in particular. No.
Okay. So Howler goes, meeting adjourned. I guess that's yes, meeting adjourned. And he just sort of hits his hand on the table. 'Cause he's used to courts. So he's used to like the pounding of the gavel and everything.
Yeah.
So he just sort of hits his hand on the table and everybody just starts walking away. And if there's anything that Goroth wants to bring up to Howler before they leave the room.
Not to Howler. He's more interested in the knight. Said he wanted to talk to him.
Okay. So they're moseying on out of the room. And you'll catch up to him. So, Aro-san,
Yes.
you were just warned that a bunch of things are coming down the hall. And the civilians that you were escorting, some of them look military. However, they seem just as afraid as anybody else. They saw hundreds of soldiers getting taken over by the shadows, so they don't want that to happen to them.
So I just tell them to stay back as DT and I will take care of this, hopefully.
He is still heavily injured. So take that into account. However,
Yeah, and yes, battle ram. Ram.
Yes. The civilians are running into the room with the corpses. However, they see the corpses as less of a threat than the enemies that are supposedly currently flooding the entrance. However, you don't see or hear anything yet.
So I just anywhere to fire at will if they're as hostile as I suspect them to be.
Alright. So you're just gonna stand in the hallway?
Yeah, stand my ground together with DT. And before I forget, I have a tiny, well, no, not do something else. Yes, I can. I rip off one of my patches, and there is now a pit in the floor.
Okay. Sure. You can do that.
A 10-foot cube pit.
Okay, so it's a cube pit, not a circular pit? I just
Yeah,
want to make sure.
Yeah, it says the pit, a cube of 10 feet. So yeah, which
Okay.
can be.
I just wanted to make sure. But anyway, how long do you wait?
Well, I have dark vision, so I can see them for 60 feet. So I'm just watching if they're crawling the wall. I just keep waiting until they get closer and in vision.
Okay, that's fair. Just so I'm aware, how deep is the pit? Because I just want to know if it'll instantly kill my monsters if they walk in.
That's the thing. It the rope of useful items doesn't say how deep the pit is. Or I must have missed that line.
Okay, I'll consult Ben. Is there any description on how deep
Well,
it is?
how I would picture it is a 10-foot cube, basically. So 10 feet on top each, that's the opening distance, and 10 feet down, but with spikes and stuff. That's how I picture it, but there's not like... It's a 10-foot cube pitfall, is how I imagine it. But you can put a different ruling if you want.
Here's what I'm going to say. Giovanni, does it say cube or square in the description?
Cube.
Okay, if it says cube, then it's 10 feet deep. So that means that if they can't crawl up walls or things like that, then they can fall down there and have a hard time getting back up, but they won't die from falling.
Okay.
Is what I'm trying to get at.
Yeah. Okay, we can't hear you now.
And suddenly you just sounded like you were super far away.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think he froze up.
Okay. Fair. He's not part
So
of this
what?
interaction anyway. So it is a 10-foot deep.
Okay.
It's 10 feet by 10 feet by 10 feet. That's what a cube is. So.
Yeah, so Aristotle just said of the pit gunners ready to fire for everything that tries to climb over the walls to get towards them.
Okay. And the reason I wanted to make sure that you knew that is so that way you know how far they're falling, things like that. Because your character would know when you either make or get the item, which is the cloak. You would know because you used identify on it, right?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I made that one, so.
Yeah, so you would know how deep the pit is. That's what I'm trying to say. So your character would deal with it. Not like you're just using a weird random item and just putting it there. But either way. So you hear on the other side sounds like things crawling. Noise of appendages coming in contact with stone. And cry noises. Like something weird that isn't a person.
Yeah. So Aristotle waits, trying to see if he can identify what it is, if it's a shadow thing or just something lost. But I suspect it's the latter of the two.
Alright. Sure. Either way, you wait. And your mother is behind you. And she has some abilities. Most of which you don't really know or have seen. She's fought off some bandits, and while you were distracted taking on other bandits, suddenly they were on the ground hurt. So, you know she can do something, but you're not entirely sure what. And she doesn't want to talk about it. Seems like it's something that she's either ashamed of or something else. You're not sure. Either way, so she's standing next to you. She's not backing away. She's ready to fight. However, the civilians are back in the room, in that weird spherical shaped room, with the undead in it. What do you want to do? You're still waiting? I'm just going to tell you that you can see the statue from where you are, just so you're aware.
Yeah, I take just a glance at the people and tell them, "Are you sure you want to be there when something might topple the statue?"
They go, we're hiding behind them. And one of them goes, we're hiding behind them. Hopefully they don't come towards us.
You know, a pile of skeletons has a lot of heads, so a lot of directions you can see in.
And as you're saying that, you sort of look at in front of you and you hear a louder noise, and you sort of turn to face what's coming. And the people don't answer you. And you look forward, and you see it looks like some sort of weird creature. Not sure what it is. However, make a perception check. See what you can make of what you're looking at.
I'm good at. If it doesn't fail me, that is. It did fail me.
It's weird. Sort of looks like there's a torso of a humanoid and this weird face with mandibles, as in like huge pincer-like appendages on the front of the face. And it has arms that are weirdly shaped. And it has legs. Then you look behind it and there's more legs and more body behind it. So you're not entirely sure what this creature is. However, it is heading towards you. And it looks over and it's looking directly at you and moving towards you.
I think it's not here to talk nice, so let's give it a nice and hearty welcome.
Since you wanted to figure out if it was a shadow creature or not, it's covered in black.
Yeah, it's not that friendly. So let's give it a nice high elf welcome that I know.
Alright, so what do you want to do? Shoot it?
I clicked an action to do.
Yeah.
And it's not loading. Hold on just a moment. Oh, there it is. Finally.
Okay. So 16. Actually, I have my other computer, but
yeah, it's 16. That's a good thing.
I actually have a way of accessing what I need that. So, stats or something. They have an ability. Might. Okay, so we have. Okay. What's the basic armor class? That's the only thing I don't know.
My basic armor class?
No, the basic armor class, like for an unarmored civilian.
It's Dex modifier.
Yeah, the base.
10 plus Dex. Yeah, 10 plus Dex.
Yeah.
Okay, 10 plus. Okay. So. Dex. Means okay, what did you roll? 16?
Yep.
Okay, they both.
They hit?
Yep.
Okay. Well, I can only fire once, so. Ooh. Ooh. That's a 40.
Look at picture thing here. Number that I put in will be wrong, but it still hits regardless. This.
It takes a lot of pain in the first shot.
Better, so for what this did.
Then bonus action reload, and then
Okay. So yes, it
That's
does
it.
have an ability. However, it's not at that point yet. So, 30, no, 40.
40. Yeah.
Computer doesn't have my calculators. So. Okay. It's taking up so much of the screen. A huge calculator on this computer. Anyway. So 40. Okay. I got that in. It is still up, but it's severely damaged. And that was your That wasn't your reaction. That was your held action, I'll say. So it's still technically not your turn because it moved into sight and shot you. So that was your held action.
Yep.
And now it is going to approach your hole. Its back opens up strangely, and it just leaps forward and lands on the other side of the pit, and it is going to attack you.
No, it's not.
Oh, try.
Because DT is not happy with that.
Okay, so is DT going to get in the way for you?
Yep, as DT is 5 feet within me and can smack him with battling ram. I don't know how much damage, how much everything does to hit. So
So does he get to attack before it attacks?
let me see that ability.
Basically, DT has a reaction if he's within 5 feet of his master and somebody within 5 feet attacks his master, he can attack them back.
Yeah.
But I need to know order of operation. So
it's basically a reaction. So so you attack with a creature and he attacks back as a reaction.
Okay, so
Same as like a fighter who gets attacked and does a reactionary strike back.
Okay. So that
But this
means
happened by another creature that has a battling ram in hand.
Yes, but he still gets to try to hit you.
Yeah.
Because it's a reaction after he attempts to hit you. So here goes. One of its weird-looking hand-like appendages just lashes out towards you. 19.
That's exactly my armor class.
Which means everything. Unless if you want to try to prevent it with a spell or anything. Or... But if you have the stats for a longsword in front of you, that would be really helpful.
The stats for a what? Stats for a what?
Longsword.
Brontosaur?
Long
Longsword.
Oh, it's
damage
it's,
is
2d12. 2d12.
No.
Yeah, longsword. Oh, okay, longsword. Yeah, that's versatile. That's 1d8 and 1d10. If you have it in two hands, it's a d10.
So 1d8 to 1d10 is 200.
Yeah, and it's strength based.
Yep.
Determine this body and automatically. deals 9 damage to you. However, you have a reaction.
He's going. He's not going to be happy and smacks in the face. So,
Battering.
yep,
Does
with the
battering
ram.
have stats in the
I have no clue what the ram did because I didn't think I would be using it as an attack. In the manual doesn't say anything about damage.
Might give me a hint.
Oh, it does say I have the +4 on bonus strength checks, but that's about it.
Check detail.
So I could use an old favorite,
What?
Elf Fisticuffs, but that is literally +4 to attack with 48 +4. That's a bit much, I think.
I'll say. Actually, it's going to be better than that. I'll say that the attack adds 1 dice to his attack if he hits.
So do you need to? I think it's just my. If I need plus my strength. Well, it's DT strength.
Yeah, so you roll to hit with your regular strength.
Just roll a normal attack.
Let's see. Ooh.
That's definitely. So he swings the battering ram, however, the creature just sort of skitters off to the side. And then it's going to attack you again, and since he used his reaction, he cannot attack you.
Yep.
So, 22,
It's
13. Has weird appendages that are on the front of the creature just strike into you.
ouch, ouch, ouch,
And
hurts.
what are-
Right? And as you're looking at that creature, notice that there are 2 more down the hallway.
Fudge.
However, it is now your turn. You are in melee range of one of the creatures. The other creatures are at range. However, you...
I blast the first one into a hole.
Okay. Okay. So it's a DC.
Yep.
Range doesn't even...
Strength save on your path.
Range doesn't even... Technically, if you're shooting a ranged weapon at melee range,
Yeah, but this one is specifically made to be for close combat.
Creature is a bit more strong than it is dexterous.
Ooh, makes it. Well, not to worry, I can still shoot it.
Alright, so what happens if it saves? Nothing? It takes 2
It
force.
isn't pushed and it takes no damage.
Oh, it doesn't take the damage if it saves?
It's kind of like a cantrip that can blast them away.
Okay. Alright, well. That does nothing.
So you can do it as much as you want, but if they save, then it won't really do much.
So basically, here's what happens. He sees that you're going to point the gun at him point blank. And it just sort of uses its appendage to turn the gun away as you shoot.
Well, flip it around and flip the gun around and then say boom.
Alright, so you have to roll the hit. Unfortunately, this one's at disadvantage, which doesn't...
21.
Yeah, that still hits.
And that's a 26.
Alright, this creature goes and it just sort of falls flat on the ground next to you. Now you can get a better look at it. I'll say that you can roll a nature check. See if you can identify. Alright.
21.
This is a humanoid / bestial creature. You can actually speak, and they're quite intelligent for being so bestial. Kind of similar to centaurs. In one way only. They have the body of something else.
Okay.
The body that they have is that of a praying mantis.
Yeah.
Which is why when it attacked you, it just used its appendages and it did quite a bit of damage. They have scythe-like claws. They're called manti. M-A-N-T-I.
I believe there's a manti in Google Docs as well. Lonis.
Yeah.
Yes, she controlled the manti. And I'm pretty sure I offered that to you as well when you joined. However, you didn't choose to.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Just looks up at his mother and says, "This isn't going well. 2 more hits from those guys, and I'm out."
He goes, nothing's close enough for me to hit. Back up behind me.
So Aslan takes aiming stance behind her.
So I'll say that you're in the 5-foot space behind her.
Mm-hmm.
She goes, this isn't going to be pretty.
Well, I've seen a lot of unpretty things.
However, it seems like whenever she attacks, make sure that you aren't seeing it, or you were just unlucky enough to know. So you're not sure how she's working. Either way, you're stuck in this situation now, so your curiosity or your fight or flight
She's a vampire. She's
perhaps
Perhaps not.
he doesn't know that. But either way, now it's the manti turn. You see 2 more are approaching, and they actually have the ability to open their wings on their backs and fly over the hole, which is why they're managing to do. They can't fly far, but 10 feet is the distance that they can fly. So, because they can't jump, they can only do this. They can only go 10 feet. They can't go anywhere.
Before I forget, DT readies his action to, if one of them jumps, to just smack them right into the hole.
That's
If he
fair.
said is.
That's fair. So, the next one flies up, opens its back, flies over the hole, and is now standing, presumably, right in front of DT.
"21.
21 hits their armor class. Are you attempting to push, or grapple, or...
No, this is just a pure fist going straight towards the thing to, like, send it back into the pit.
However, mechanics don't work that way. So
Yeah.
it just does damage. So you
Yeah,
would
it does.
had to have said that you're going to attempt to push it, or that you were...
It's athletics instead of attacking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
based on your attack,
It's
Bill did 5 plus 15.
18.
Is this with the sword implemented? Is that what the 13 product is?
Yep. That's the modified brass knuckles.
So this is the first time you were witnessing actually work in action. He's still in a damaged state, however, parts that are broken on him are not his arms. So he just reaches forward and just shoves his. He puts the battering ram off to the side. He's holding it in one hand, and he just sort of shoves his fist into the thing, and it deals 18 damage. Yep, 18. 5 plus 3. 13. And it's still up, but it got hurt by that. And since that was his reaction, it is going to continue to move into the 5. Not moving out of his range. So. However, it's going to move up to your mother. Can you say numbers here? 8. Luckily, she has no weapon in her hand. She has a sword, but she isn't currently using it. And she just sort of grabs onto its scythe-like claw, and she just sort of bats it away. For the second strike, however, she does the same thing. So she just goes like this and then like this. Very elven grace looking. She just sort of just bats them out of the way effortlessly as its claws sort of stick into the ground for a second as they retract and ready for the strike. However, there's still enough room for the other one to approach. So the other one approaches. Currently standing on the body of its friend that you knocked out. And it's going to swing at DT because DT is more. 5 hits. But that will. So.
That definitely will.
Okay, so DT is going to take 2d10 plus 5.
I think.
Well, he could only deal 7. That is a possibility. If he rolls 2 1s.
Yep.
Unfortunately,
Nope, he's
he
down
does
out.
way more than that. So,
Yep,
unfortunately,
GT.
he is dealing lethal damage. That means if DT isn't fixed within the next couple of minutes, he may be just a pile of salvage scrap.
Very expensive salvage.
Yes. I give you a little bit longer to fix him due to the fact that you'd have to roll tinkering checks, which could take quite a while. To be fair. But either way, his head actually, the 2 claws go like this across his neck. One of them just sort of deflects off his helmet and goes across his head, but the other one just severs his neck from his body, or his head from his body, and his head just sort of rolls along the ground for a moment. You know that he still has a bit of time where he's fixable, but he needs to be reconnected to his main power source in order for him to remain alive. So there is a backup power source within his brain, but you need to reconnect it quickly.
Yeah.
So his body falls limply to the ground. And that is the end of that turn. So it is currently your turn.
Looking at DT, then Ariston is not happy. He just has a burning feeling of burning his face alive. So, flicks open his gun, reloads, flicks it close. hit it with some pain. 16.
Okay.
37.
Are you hitting the one that killed DT, which is undamaged? Or the other
Yes, I do.
one is undamaged? Computer! If I can- Yeah, I'm just gonna...
Are you saying something? Cause I don't hear you at all.
I'm talking to myself, if
Okay.
that's any consolation. I was trying to figure out how to open a different calculator on this.
Okay. Just something that I wasn't hearing it.
So that's 37 damage.
Yeah.
Okay. This one's actually more hurt than the other one.
So then Harrison gets beside his mother and then pulls the trigger for a second bonus action to stay away. That makes it.
So we're currently standing on the square where DT is. So it's probably not going to gratuitously attack you due to the fact that you are currently standing. And one of your feet is actually on DT's torso.
Yeah, it's a 50-foot cone, so.
Oh, it's a 15-foot cone, so the other one has to roll too, is it? Does the other one have to roll?
Yes.
That one fails. So this is the one that's in front of you.
Bye-bye.
That deflected the attack. So it's going into the pit, which is, for these creatures, one of their nightmares. They are not good at climbing. It's one of the things that they can't do.
And it takes 4 force damage.
Okay, and it falls 10 feet, which means it takes a d6, which is also force damage. It took all 6.
Yes, sir.
Okay, great. So, I need to look at its abilities. Okay. This is interesting. Okay, so you see down the hallway 2 more up here.
Oh, for the love of...
So, however, they're not going to be able to. So that was your turn.
Mm-hmm.
And so, that leaves it up to your mother's turn. And so, she is going to... So, she goes in and she grabs onto the hilt of the blade, which is a stereotypical, slightly curved elven weapon. And it has elven runes on it, which you can read, but they're just sort of like love, courage, that sort of stereotypical nonsense that people like carved on swords. Either way, she draws the sword, and as she does so, makes an arc, electrical arc, You take both of them in the line. And she couldn't. Actually going to be able to hit 3 enemies. And she draws the sword. And they have to roll dexterity saving. The one in the back saves. One in front and the one the up save. So they take the damage. Each take equal damage. Unfortunately, the one who saved takes more. He's close to dead. This guy. So is this guy. This guy's even closer.
So you're cutting out sometimes for me, or you're not speaking well enough, but...
They took 18 damage,
Mm-hmm.
and I was just saying that they are both close to death.
Okay, that's a good thing.
Just so you're aware, in case that cut out as well, the one that is in front of you, Edo-san, and the one that is in the pit are the ones that got hit. The other one managed to dodge completely and take no damage.
That's a good thing.
So, she just draws the weapon and faces it towards them as an arcing slash of mystical energy just flies out from the weapon and hits both of them in the line, and would have hit the third guy if he didn't dodge out of the way. She goes, I missed that one. And this is the first time you've seen your mother display any powers at all, like supernatural or otherwise. So,
Told you, vampire. That's what vampires do.
it's now their turn. There is, and at the end of her turn, she moved so that way the hallway was blocked. She wants to keep that hallway blocked. They can't get through you two. She wants to form a barrier. So there's 2 more. One of them flies over the hole. The other one is attempting to climb, however, it climbs at disadvantage, but you see from the pit as the 2 scythe-like claws just dig into the ground. Somehow it is able to reach 10 feet up, and it is attempting to pull itself up. Rolling at disadvantage. Roll athletics. Well, it's not going to take the critical, but it's going to take the other one. Manages to climb out of the pit, but unfortunately there are 2 of its allies in front of it, so it can't get to it. So, here's what's going to happen. Those 2 are going to attack you. 2 on you, 2 on her. You. 2, those are on her. 1 hit.
So, yeah, the 3 does hit me.
1d10 plus 5. Max damage.
Yeah, I think he's lying again.
Oh,
Or not anymore. Or I guess he
boy.
is.
Am I?
No, you speak normally now. But your
Okay.
video and stuff keeps cutting out.
Okay, yeah, but I'm not anymore. I'm literally 1/7 of my health. Well, more 1/10 of my health.
That's
That's
not
why you don't
good.
split the party.
That's not good, but you do have allies in this situation that you could try to utilize. Maybe some things that aren't allies that you could try to utilize. However, you haven't done that yet. So, they're going to attack you until you are incapacitated, joined them, or dead. So, what do you want to do? It is
Become a shadow
currently,
creature.
yeah, it is currently your turn. Okay, so you're going to attempt to hit both of them again. They have to make a
Just-
strike.
Yep.
Am I cutting out?
No, I can hear you.
Okay.
I think it's Guy was cutting out when there's problems. Because I hear you, but not him sometimes.
Okay. Well, they made it both. Damn it.
Actually, there's a third one.
Ooh.
He made it as well.
Yay.
So what do you want to do?
I just look at him.
You look at and I heard nothing else.
Trust me?
I hear you.
Her. The parent.
Okay.
And say, do you trust me?
Alright. He goes, wouldn't be alive right now if I didn't a few times.
Well, zombie galore, I say. So Erison turns away from the Manti and shoots for the statue.
Okay. I'm gonna say that you're rolling at disadvantage because you're hitting something super far away, however you your super overpowered weapon manages to hit it. So you hit the statue, and it falls off the pedestal undamaged, actually. Which you would think that a statue would like get a dent in it. Perhaps this thing is enchanted.
Yeah.
And it falls off the pedestal. What do you want to do? It's not like the zombies immediately get up. It takes them a little bit of time. So the thing fell off the pedestal. What do you want to do?
Well, then I can't use my bonus action anymore to cast some spells on me. I can't do that.
Every moment, pretty much. You wanna move?
Yeah.
You move out of range, you're within melee range of 2 enemies right now. Because one is diagonal from you and one is directly in front of you.
Mm-hmm.
So you'll get 2 attacks of opportunity if you decide to move. So it's a risk, but you can take it if you want.
What can I do? So, Aslan looks at his mother again and says,
It says,
Vaders, and
what did you say to her?
do you think I know what I did? Oh, there we go. Well, what I said was, look at my mother again and say, if the zombies wake up, tell them that the Mentai are the invaders.
She goes, we've had crazier plans, so I'll try it.
Well, it's worth a try.
She smiles at you. Are you going to attempt to run away?
Nope, I'm gonna stay by her side.
Okay. Alright. See how this goes. So she is there.
Mm-hmm. It's her turn.
Yes. So, what she's going to do. She's going to do this. So, roll something. I'll describe what happens. Okay. She goes, "Why aren't you moving? Get back!" And as she yells that at you, you gain 20 temporary hit points. You just feel stronger suddenly. Not sure what happened. So in your temporary hit points, you can keep track of 20.
I do.
She points back, and then as she does so, she looks at the enemy, and she's going to... She gets into a defensive stance with the sword across her eyes like this. That's all she can do. Enemy turn. They're going to try to hit you. So, this is the d20 plus 5.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's one hit. This is for her. And the one that is behind is actually going to try something different. But it's going to depend on whether or not you're still standing. So, going to do their damage is...
Oh boy.
D6 plus 5, probably?
D10 plus the response words.
Yes, D10 plus 5, definitely.
Yeah, if they're using two-handed.
Which their weapons count as two-handed because it's part of their body. And technically,
Okay.
if you were to
shoot... dual wielding swords two-handed, so...
Yeah, it's ridiculous. It's basically because they can't pick up ordinary objects. They can't equip other weapons. They can't do pretty much anything normal. This is their only weapon that they have. So, that's why they're a bit more powerful than they do. Either way. You take 11.
Ooh, 11.
Are you down?
Oh, I'm still up. I mean, temporary hit points,
You just
ahoy.
got 20, so...
Yes, that's true. I forgot about that. Alright. So, hit.
I think one of them was a crit on her.
Yep.
Double the dice.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the 5 and double it, so 50.
28 total.
So, it is your turn.
Well,
You
I'm
just yelled at
going to
you,
give...
and suddenly you felt a surge of strength in your body. Which has
Well,
never happened.
time give her some helpful help, hopefully. And try to shove them off.
Oh, wait! Before this happens, I forgot about the third one. It was going to do something.
Yeah.
So, here's what it's going to do. We've got to look at my finger. I have to make it. Ready? My fault.
Don't worry about it.
Okay, you need to make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh boy. Dex. Ooh, Dex. Don't fill me. 19.
So, take half this damage. And suddenly, one of the creatures behind you, or behind the other ones, suddenly just goes, and a large globule of stuff flies at you, and you take 9 damage.
Half that.
Yes, half of 9 is
4.
4.
Always round down.
So, as you got hit by it, you feel this burning sensation on your clothing. It's like, actually make a nature check. And I'm gonna keep your roll from it. Yeah, you know these creatures. There's 2 different kinds. There's kinds that live in like a swamp or jungle, and there's the kind that lives in arid, desert-like locations. And the ones that live in the arid, desert-like locations, they like to spit acid. You have a feeling that that's what this is. And it just sort of went to spit it on you. So however you feel about that is how you feel. So I'm going to take that 9 force damage. I'm not going to take that away from you because it's my fault.
So DC needs to be made.
That first
1.
one. That second one. And that for the third one. So the third one was the one that was furthest behind that spit acid on you. And take some damage.
Nine and is pushed 10 feet.
Alright, as it gets pushed, you hear it go, and it doesn't seem to be moving.
So Elson then starts following his mother's commands and starts moving back.
Okay. That shot was part of your action.
What shot?
The DC 14, is that part of your action or a bonus action?
Bonus.
Okay, so are you disengaging?
Yep.
Okay, so then they don't get to swing at you. However, you only get to move 30 feet back. Which might be good in your opinion because of the fact that you're not getting hit, but either way. They are 30 feet away from you. You are now in the larger chamber. In the entrance of the larger chamber.
So are the zombies up or?
You glance behind you. You notice that they're...
Hold on, I need to open the door.
Okay.
Oh. Okay, scrap that. Didn't need to open it.
Okay. Either way, they're moving, but they're not currently... Like, the one that needs to stand up isn't currently standing, but the other ones are moving and writhing and replying. But you have a feeling that it's going to take them a little bit longer to get into position.
So just sighs and just goes, please hurry up.
Right.
Well, I can take a shot. So I can damage.
Still part of your action.
Oh yeah, my action, that's true, I can shoot.
So, so 20 hits one of them.
Yeah, but like,
Cutting out, so. At the moment, you're lagging super bad, so I'm going to message you. Lagging super bad. No.
Yeah.
Do you hear him?
No, I don't hear him right now. His internet probably cut out again. It's been doing it at random. So whatever he says he doesn't hear you, it's his internet cutting out.
Okay. And now I'm just looking. Usually I don't look at my camera when I'm talking because it distracts me. So right now I'm looking at it and I'm like super low on the frame and it's just a good situation, but whatever. At this point it is what it is. He is completely frozen.
Yeah.
Not seeing my Facebook. Going to.
Yeah, he's gonna drop out there and probably come back, reconnect. But yeah.
If that's even possible. Won't he vanish?
His internet's
Give
made
him
of
a
pasta.
couple more seconds.
What?
I'll give him a couple more seconds.
Yeah. His internet's made of pasta and sometimes they eat it over there.
Yeah. And the hub points are made of pizza. Like the points where the pasta branches out from, it's all made of pizza. So yeah, I guess the guy who's at the manning the station to see if anything's going wrong just ate the pizza or something.
Yeah, it's just some fat Italian.
Totally. And he's like,
yeah, I did it again.
yeah, a guy comes in and he's like, "Oh, Frank, why'd you do that?" And he's like, "I don't know. It just looked tasty."
That was lunch.
I packed the pizza just like that one in my pack, in my lunchbox. Yeah. So, what
he
we're
sent me
gonna
a
do?
Discord message. Check Google Hangouts. He used to send messages. I'm just gonna send. We did get it. Yeah. So he's on his mobile data now.
Oh, that's no good. Well, at least over here it wouldn't be good. I don't know about over there.
Well,
Here they do the same thing that they do with the internet that I was telling you about before. They charge for overages.
Yeah. Well, like Norway's not that great on it, but like over in Finland, you have like unlimited mobile data, so, and it's not really expensive either.
Yeah, but you don't really have a choice over there.
Yeah, we're a bit behind here, and then there's America.
Yeah.
And I mean the whole of America, like North America.
Does Italy not have fiber optic?
They have pasta.
But really though, they don't have fiber optic.
Speed.
Tasty speed.
A storm hit. It affects the Wi-Fi severely, so you can't really play anymore.
Ah, so a storm hit is hitting near where he is?
Yeah.
Oh, well, that is good. Either way, what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch over to Goroth.
Yeah.
He might be a half hour. He might never come back. That's what
Yeah, from the messages he sent me, it looks like he's not coming back. But then again, the storm might end.
Yeah, the storm might end eventually.
So yeah, I don't know. He's also in Italy on holiday, so he might just go to sleep.
That's fair. I thought he said he might not even show up.
No, that was just I was a bit worried that I would be much later, but I managed to come, even though I would waited 50 minutes for a bus.
Yeah, but I mean, last session I thought he said that he
Oh yeah, it could have, but he probably said something like I might not be able to, kind of like me, like I might not be able to, but like a heads up that you possibly won't show up. It's kind of thing.
Well, either way, we're switching back to Goroth. Middle of the fight and everything.
We'll fight new things. Sorry.
So you said that you were interested in talking to.
Yeah, he wanted to speak to me, and of course, I like his low attention span.
All right, Goroth wanders off. I'm gonna say that Lily does something else. She's not interested in the talking. Actually, I'm gonna make a roll.
She can talk with some of them when she gets back, maybe.
She has a cleric. She is a cleric, so she might be interested in the conversation.
I mean, you can just say like she stays there a little while and then redo it when she comes there.
Yeah, but I'm gonna roll anyway. Yeah, she's gonna. At least for a little while.
Yeah.
So she's gonna be next to you. You catch him as he's exiting the meeting room, and he goes, "Oh, yes, I wanted to talk."
Yeah, I heard.
I suppose you would.
It wasn't that long ago, so I'm not sure why you're telling me I can't.
Gods. Yes, that's fair. However, I just wanted to try something.
Okay, sure.
It involves magic.
Yeah, I like magic. What's the trick?
Right.
Is something gonna disappear?
He grabs onto his holy symbol. Wisdom. Sort of holds his hand up in front of himself towards you. And suddenly you start glowing golden.
Oh, this is pretty neat. I've glowed before, but not golden like this.
And he goes, "Yes, you did tell the truth. Wanted to check." And you stop glowing.
So, this is... what did you say?
He says, "I guess you were telling the truth."
Okay.
And then you stop glowing.
Yeah. I mean, why wouldn't I? I don't see any reason why I should lie.
He goes, "Well, there are other members of your kind who are not so charitable with the truth."
Yeah, I'm aware of those. That's why I gave them a lightning storm.
And Lily goes, "He casted good, detect good and evil on you."
Oh. I can detect good and evil too, but it's more like if you think good and evil things.
He goes, "Yeah, that's a useful skill. Probably part of what corrupts your kind. At least part of it."
Yeah, most of my people. Well, not the red dudes. They are just bad anyways. Going around scratching everything they see.
He goes. So, since you're good, I assume you realize that uncontrollable breeding of your kind is not a good thing.
Yeah. I mean, if they find someone that is already dead, that's probably fine. But the blue ones, they are worse.
He nods at you. Most of your kind just wants to breed uncontrollably.
Yeah.
I commend you.
That's mostly just the blue and green ones though, because the rest of us I kind of go to whisper a bit. We're a bit smarter.
You mean the blue and the red?
Yeah, I mean basically every slutty above the blue and red ones. That I as a green and like black and gray and every other color are a bit smarter than the blue and because they're like at the bottom chain. How I see it.
Because, right. But you still have the ability, don't you? He doesn't.
Oh,
You?
me? Would I know? Actually, would I have like some sort of ability? I'm not sure on my own. It doesn't say anything in the book, so it's kind of.
Let me see.
Because the way a green forms is basically if a blue or a red one claws somebody who used to be a great wizard or had magical powers. That's how a green one is formed, and a green one has to evolve into others.
And technically, Great Wizard is kind of iffy, so it could just be somebody who has magical powers.
Yeah, I mean, varies.
Maybe that's really doesn't say anything in the book.
Yeah, that's the problem. I mean, we should have claws, but they might not do anything. So
It says
other
that
than
you
them,
can claw. However, it doesn't say anything about the disease.
yeah. So normally they don't give the disease, or you could put it as like only if they actually wish to create new. So it's kind of a DM decision, the way I see it. So it's up to you. I'm fine with either.
I'll say that usually the green ones become sterile, but it is possible. You haven't tried.
Okay,
Because
so
the magic usually neutralizes the eggs in the claws, which is part of the process of becoming.
okay, so the way I describe it to him. So yeah, usually the green ones, like other colors. I haven't seen. I saw that. I would have seen that purple at the meeting. I should go and talk to that purple. I haven't seen that purple before, so I just completely rail tracked because I remember that now.
Okay, so you're gonna walk away from it?
No, I'm not walking away. Like I just was about to explain it and then went on a completely different topic. Unless he
He's
brings
just
me
sort of
back
sitting
in.
there and he goes, right, I did ask a question.
Oh yes. What was your question again?
For someone who can read minds.
Oh yeah. I'll just do that. Start reading minds.
Alright, he is visibly frustrated, but you get a lot stronger of a sense that he's frustrated from his mind. However, you do get his question again. You can still breathe, right?
Oh yes. So I go on to explain. What was I was saying earlier? Like the green ones, usually when we are formed, we're formed by some sort of magical creature or magical whatever it was there used to have some sort of magic, which I assume I'm one of them. But the magic usually neutralizes the eggs. So I have claws, but there's no eggs in them. However, there have been cases of green sladdy creating a new sladdy, but it's rare. I haven't tried myself, but I know my magic's a bit screwed up, so I just shrug.
Okay. As long as you don't experiment on unlimited participants.
Oh,
Say that you're fine for that.
Probably do an experiment. Do you have anyone that wants to be a sladdy?
Because people are afraid. Probably not even if you weren't joking.
You're speaking a bit lowly, so I didn't hear that first.
Okay, he goes, these people are afraid. They're probably not in the mood. Even if you're joking. Even if you're not. They're probably not in the mood for such a
I
request.
wasn't joking, but I mean, if they don't want to, like...
He says, yeah, they're probably not in the mood for such a
Okay. If you ever have anyone that wants to, just let me know. It'll be fun.
He goes, not sure I ever will, but on the rare occasion I encounter someone who requests such a thing, I'll let you know.
Also, now it's my turn to show you a trick, because he made me glow earlier. So I try to probe his thoughts to find any sort of trick that would entertain him. Like, mostly entertain him.
Okay.
So I'm gonna spend 3 sorcery points to give him disadvantage, so he won't notice. So if he saves, it's disadvantage. Wisdom.
He's quite a wise person.
Okay. Yes. So So what would impress this guy?
Okay, you get a few different answers, some of which might not be in your wheelhouse, which is why I'm going to give
ones in my wheelhouse.
Okay, but you still get the other ones, which I'm going to give to you anyway. You would be pretty impressed if you managed to bring the piano lady with you. You get from his mind that she is a shadow creature. You would be pretty impressed if you managed to just make her appear completely fun. That would be an impressive thing. Other things that would impress him, like grander scale than that, he goes on to think that if you could save the world, that would be pretty impressive, like just instantly.
Okay, so you just have extremely high standards for to be impressed.
I'll go lower now. Well, you asked what would impress him, and you got some answers.
Well, it's fair.
And lower ones would be pretty impressed if you could heal people. You would be pretty impressed if you could what kind of if you could like turns like lead into gold, like alchemy, that sort of thing. You'd be pretty impressed by that.
Okay, so I say it. Okay.
Well, wait, just a couple more things. There's things that will impress him, but not a lot. Like if you just randomly made things appear, like illusions and things like that. And one of the other lower things that
Okay, so I asked.
Like if you could make people fly or things like that.
So I asked him, "Do you have any lead on you?"
He goes, "That's ugly." Just patting himself down. He goes, found this weird rock.
I take the rock and I try to turn it into gold.
Okay, so how are you attempting to do that?
Wild magic, of course.
Okay.
I focus my magic. Basically roll with advantage on Arcana, even though it's probably not going to do anything. But I will roll my D100. 31. Let's see what that was.
I think we might already have that.
Yeah, I have that in play. So he said...
Okay. Roll
sorry.
again. Roll again.
Oh,
Sure. Because you already have that, and it's in play.
That's one of the book ones. Not what I'm looking for. Okay, so I'll just go like... and I try to speak, but only pink bubbles come out of my mouth.
Okay. But first, from your Arcana check, you do know that people can change elements into other elements.
Yeah.
You know that you don't have that ability.
I know, I've done it once before. I will...
Yeah, you know that it's possible based on your random chaotic magic.
I'm trying to impress someone.
However, you know that it's not in your main list of abilities.
Well, most things aren't in my main list, like healing and stuff. I will just... Okay, so did you have any response while I was pooping out pink bubbles?
This is a situation that he's never thought of, so that's why it didn't make the list. So he goes, are you, and he's just sort of confused.
I send him, I shoot him a message to his mind. Yeah, don't worry, I'm about to make it to gold or heal, but I need to try again. It's something went wrong.
From your telepathic message, extremely confused. So he's just like, he sort of has an amazed look on his face that this is currently happening. However, he seems more concerned about your safety than he is about...
And I just shoot him a message. In the meantime, you can go flying. Yeah, fly on it. Why not? That was one of the things I got.
Okay.
So
I fly on him.
flying.
He starts floating off the ground, and he's just like...
And that gives me back another wild surge. So I'm basically gonna do wild surges until he tells me, please stop.
Okay, so you got 14.
So my spells have a bonus action instead of an action. So at the same time, I'll turn myself into him with a disguise self.
And he's just flabbergasted at this moment.
Himself just puking out pink bubbles. I mean, I wanted to show him a trick, and Gorath goes... Let's roll another D100 because I cast a new spell. 23. I start levitating as well.
He goes, can you... What are you doing? Why is this... He's confused.
Okay, so he's still confused. He's not telling me to stop, so I will keep going.
Okay.
I will shoot a tiny lightning bolt up in the air. My chromatic orb, like not hitting anyone or anything.
Okay.
I will use my last first level spell. To do another one.
Okay. Roll another wild surge.
And this is when I get attacked afterwards without any spells.
48.
Everyone within 30 feet of me is vulnerable to piercing damage.
Vulnerable or invulnerable?
Vulnerable, so we take double damage from piercing.
Okay. They don't notice what happened.
Unless we get stabbed, so...
Yeah. But either way, he goes, okay, if you're trying to impress me, you've done it.
Oh,
Makes us laugh.
I just puke out pink bubbles. And I try to land, but I can't land because I didn't choose to cast levitate, so I keep levitating like 10 feet over the stairs.
And he sort of realizes that he can now control his flight. Just lands on the ground. That was fun. Sure what sparked it, but I guess you are powerful. You weren't lying.
Oh, I was just showing your tricks. I mean, I think the piano lady, that's gonna be a bit harder to bring back, but I'll do what I can on the helping board things. I already helped the other board to the plane fair, and we're going back.
He looks at you confused. And I'll let you oh.
Like, what did
he said, he goes, piano lady? And he's like,
okay.
Who are you? You must be talking about, And he just seems like he had forgotten something that was extremely important to him. Now he's focusing on it heavily.
Yeah. So I just cough up and the bubbles stop. It's probably been a minute at the point.
Yeah, you just sort of cough up and a whole bunch of little bubbles come out.
Like one giant one just poofs and I can speak again.
Yeah, a bunch of little ones as you cough, and then you just open your mouth really wide and a big, huge one. And then
my voice returns to me.
And he goes, he just sort of seems distant.
Is everything okay?
Yeah. Thank you for the sentiment. I almost...
Yeah, when you speak lowly like that, it
okay, yeah, I'm used to. Okay, so he goes, yeah, he is speaking quiet, but since you can't hear it,
you can't speak quietly.
Yeah. So he goes, yeah, thank you for the sentiment, but I can't believe I almost forgot. And he just sort of looks distantly. He sits on one of his heads.
I tap him on the shoulder and I say, you didn't really forget. It was deep in your mind. One of the things you felt was most important.
Right.
Just say it.
And he looks up at you and he says, you really are a good slat, aren't you?
I think so. I mean, I haven't been around too many of these.
And he goes,
cities.
It was a compliment.
A couple?
A compliment.
A compliment. Oh, okay. Yes, I've read of those.
And he goes, I was praising you for your ability to be good. A good person.
Well, I will praise you for your ability to hit things with the lance? Question mark? I'm trying to compliment, but not well.
Yeah. He, since you didn't really understand what compliments were in the first place, he goes, thank you. I appreciate it.
Well, that was interesting. I have 1/4 level spell slot left, and 1 sorcery point, or just 6 sorcery points. So I'm back.
Oh my goodness, these computers. Ad protectors. I have ad block on my computer.
I also remember, I also have horns on normal for a sled.
Yeah, when he looked at you over and you mentioned Slatter, he got it.
I just like to see how much it changed, because the doppelgangers that really can't change back, like just one day he'll meet them all and they're like completely different people.
Yeah, basically. Yeah, no. He goes on to say, as you're sort of talking,
He goes on to say what?
I'm throwing something in the Google chat.
Anwen, is that his name?
he goes, Anwen. That's her name.
Oh, I thought you were. What's your name?
My name is Baston.
Bastar. I reach out to shake his hand and I say, I'm Gorath.
He goes, a good person.
Yes, you told me before. Is it common to repeat the compliments once you give them?
He goes, sometimes, yes.
Okay. You're and I repeat, you're a good at swinging at things with your lance again.
And he goes, yes, our culture is quite hard to understand. I'm sure you'll get the nuances eventually. Which is the best thing, pretty much, that he could say in that situation. He gets up and he says, "Thank you for the sentiment.
Yes.
I'm assuming you read my mind, which is how you found out that."
Oh yes. Some people tell me to stop doing it. Is it okay if I read your mind?
He goes, "Don't know if you know what I mean by this. You're a good therapist. You can get to the bottom of issues right away."
Yeah. I usually see that. Yeah. I think I'm doing good. Just reading. It's so much easier. You know what this is.
And he goes on to explain how humans, they have to sometimes they have to talk to people, and sometimes they don't reveal the right information, so the doctors don't know how to help them.
I just keep complaining about it. That seems very unofficial. You just push down in your memory, like drag out whatever information you want.
And he says to you, "Yeah, as long as you're using your powers for good, then I can agree. Since my detect good and evil didn't detect any evil in you, you're on my good side."
Okay. Well, anyways, I like. There was another slanner. Where was he? Start looking around.
You see one sort of just the one that you're speaking of, just sort of standing next to a weird-looking monkey type of person that is just sort of standing at the bottom of the step.
Okay, so I just start walking over there.
And he goes,
And thank you for swinging at the creatures with your lance as a quick way.
And he looks at you with a perplexed look on his face. And he goes, "Keep working on it, you'll get it." So that happens. So you get to the bottom of the stairway, and you see the purple slatty sort of standing there, looking down at this very tiny monkey-like creature.
Okay, so the first thing I'll do actually is I'll redistribute my spells. I'll sell a 4th level spell and give myself, because that's 5 points, and I'll give and I have one from before, which is 6, and a 2nd level spell costs 3, so I give myself 2 to your 3rd, 2nd level spells.
Okay.
Because sorcerers.
Your abilities. You can do it.
I cast detect thoughts because I'm just assuming like he would too. So I go and detect. What's try to reach this laddie.
All right.
Is he have like any?
So he seems like other Slatty do similar things, but you don't know this one's past, so you're assuming that it's just. Its surface thoughts are very guarded.
Dark.
Guarded. So it's
Guarded.
like, yeah, you're barely getting anything.
Okay,
So,
that's fine. So
it starts thinking. Yeah. Eventually, after about 30 seconds, it thinks. Strong.
So yeah, I just keep approaching him and I like start speaking to him, just to him, and I say, oh, "Hello there. How long have you been in this camp?"
He glances over to you. You can tell that he's sort of. How do I describe this? Slatty don't age the same way humans do.
Yeah.
So it's not like a little one, but it's not a fully grown one either. So based on its height is how you're judging. So it sort of glances over, says to you directly. In your mind.
Do you?
Oh, you can't hear me?
Yeah, I did lowly, but I didn't catch what you were saying. I did like
Okay.
I did hear you say something. But...
Yes, I get the situation. Okay, I'll try to speak louder. I'm trying to do that. So he turns to you and he says, what is it? I lost my train of thought. He says, born not long ago.
Oh. So you were here?
He nods.
Oh, that's cool. I haven't seen any purple before.
He goes, told them.
Told them.
Unique.
Unique, okay. Well, yeah, I would say unique. That makes two of us.
And he looks you up and down and he says, actually, you appear as a human at the moment. Unless you
okay.
drop that.
Yeah, sure. I drop out of it.
Okay.
Just entertaining the man up there.
Okay. So you drop out of it. And
Yeah.
he goes, he looks you up and down, and he goes, also told that most of my kind, which sensing you are, though you look quite different. I haven't seen many of my kind, but most of you are bad. And then you feel him begin to worm into your mind. Do you resist it?
I would not resist it because I'm like I don't mind people reading my mind as much as I don't see the problem with me reading others. So
okay. So you feel him begin to worm into your mind, and he sees probably memories of you fighting evil slads, working with the gift. And he goes, I guess you're right.
There's a lot of bad ones, but you do find good every once in a while. I haven't seen. Well, I've seen you now. I don't know. You're good since you're here, right?
He goes, since I've probed your mind sufficiently.
Oh yeah, good idea. And I probe his mind as well.
Alright, so as he begins to try to tell you something, you probe his mind. And
before I do that, because I'm not sure if he's gonna resist or not, so I'm just gonna give him disadvantage by selling my second level shot and giving him disadvantage.
Okay.
So I'm out of spells and sorcery points completely now.
So is it a wisdom save?
Wisdom at disadvantage.
Not the wisest of creature because he was just born not long ago.
Okay.
Does he
Getting
succeed?
that out of the way in case he attacks me. That's.
Does he succeed?
No, the 15 fails because I have
Okay.
16. So it
Okay. Okay. So he.
I'm
What do
just
you?
trying to figure out if he's good too. I was a bit confused.
All right. So here, there's very few memories. Like usually, when you're looking at a slad that's this age, you would expect like there to be a catalog of memories that you have. There's a lot less. So what he seems to be saying about being born recently
Definitely.
kind of makes sense in this way. However, you actually linked to what you're probing for are a few memories. There is the memory of him being born, which there was a dwarven man who he focused on for quite a while, and he could see nothing else. And then suddenly he was there and purple. And he was very small, but relatively fully grown. He didn't go through the tadpole stage, what you're getting to. And he was afraid of people. He was clearly afraid.
Might have done something with stabbing.
Yes. But you get that whole memory playing out.
Yeah,
But you know that even slatty tadpoles tend to attack without question. They don't usually sense things like fear. So the fact that he feels fear at all is an indication that he is not normal, which is part of is he good question. And you see some other things. He actually, you see him helping this curmudgeonly old creature that he is currently standing next to. Like one time the creature dropped its cane and he helped it grab its cane and gave it back to him. So you know that a slad would never do such a thing. At least an evil one. And you get some more things of him training to control any urges he might have that tend to be. So he's sort of like meditating, focusing his mind, that sort of thing. Which is something that you're familiar with because the Gith tend to do that. Because most of them are monks, which is the only way that they can control, like, stabilize parts of monk. But anyway, so yeah, you get all that information.
Oh yeah, so I tell him, you seem a bit like the kit yourself, not like the other sladdies. They also go around and meditate.
He goes, well, Master Lugus insists that I undergo training in case I target evil urges.
Oh. Oh well, I didn't sense any evil urges from when I read your mind.
Yeah, and you didn't. He seems kind of like a child who was recently just born with abilities that it doesn't really understand, and there's people trying to move him in different ways. However, he seems to look up to this Lugus creature.
Yeah. So I tell him maybe one day when I find out a safer way to travel back to Limbo, we can go and speak with the kids. They might know more about you.
He looks at you happily and goes. He makes a type noise, which you actually understand. It's the only language. Yes, the only language you can speak. And he makes like.
So I can actually speak Sladi now, like. That's.
I don't know if you had that as one of your base languages, but that would have been your racial language. Yeah, it's one of your racial languages, so technically you would have had it from the beginning anyway. Because they can speak Sladi. It's just a natural instinct I think.
Okay, so what does he tell me in Sladi?
He just makes a happy croaking noise to everybody else, but to you, he says, "I'd like that." In Sladi.
Yeah. So I just keep responding. Yeah, we should definitely go try that one. But I just keep rambling on in Sladi, so the other people just hear a lot of
like different vocalizations that frogs.
I just keep explaining like, yeah, we are going to first go. We're going back and we're like helping some kid plane of air. I go on to ramble. I probably forget a few things of the things they were planning, and I mentioned like, yeah.
And he actually like grabs your arm to stop you mid ramble, and he goes in Sladi. He says, "This actually means something." He actually understands what you're saying, and he's surprised by it. And nobody else could speak it, so.
Yeah,
he's kind of surprised that it actually means something.
It's our racial language. You know how I like the different ones. Like you've seen the small ones, right?
He sort of looks at you quizzically. Lots of things are small.
I think like the small and the ones with the bears. Those.
Oh. Dwarves.
They have, yes. Dwarves. They have like their own language they speak, that dwarves speak. Sometimes other people speak it, but mostly dwarves.
He nods. He seems to understand you perfectly.
It's the same for us with this. Like, us speak it, but it's not common for other people to speak it.
He nods towards you and he says in Sladi, "Thought I was crazy. I thought the noises meant something, but nobody else seemed to understand that." And he just sort of holds his face in his hands, and you even see tears well up in his frog-like eyes, and he says, "I just thought I was crazy."
Oh, well, it didn't seem like it from what I read. I wouldn't be the best judge.
Thank you for not making me feel crazy.
Well, thank you for being born.
Yeah, you saw his birth, literally.
Yeah. So I like follow the advice from up there, and I thank you for being born.
He goes, sure, no problem. And he just sort of scratches the back of his head. You also notice that he doesn't have claws, which every Sladi has claws.
Oh. I go and point to his house. That's strange. What happened to... Oh, you didn't get any of those, did you?
Yeah, you saw his birth. He had no claws. And he goes, I've been told, seeing some of the effects of my kind. I don't have that ability.
Everyone I've seen have had claws.
But
I haven't seen any purple one. Maybe it's a purple thing.
And he shows you his hand. And he just sort of flexes it in and out and he says, I don't feel any weird bones. That's one of the first things. And he motions to Luggis as he got to check. See if they were hidden in some way. No.
Well, I'm not entirely sure. It's probably just like a purple study thing. Like, you're a purple. There's probably other purple. I just haven't found them yet.
He smiles and he says, "Find one. Let me know."
Yeah, I just did.
He shrugs and he says, "Well, if you actually find more, just let me know."
Will coloring them purple do?
He actually laughs and makes a loud croaking noise. And at this point, Lugus goes over to him, and he sort of just looks at both of you. And he says in comment, I guess he's found a friend." And he looks up at you.
Oh, we were just discussing. Yeah, we were. I kind of shrugged my eyebrows. We were discussing.
He goes, "Don't worry. I can tell. He doesn't understand what I'm saying. He's probably reading my mind, though, but he doesn't understand the words I'm speaking."
Oh yeah, I speak common. I've studied languages.
I can tell.
Do you have any other languages you like to speak instead? I just shout out things in Draconic and Sylvan.
He goes, "Don't worry about it. What I wanted to tell you, he's felt strange, like he doesn't tell. Doesn't know how to carry himself.
He doesn't know how to what?
He doesn't know how to carry himself. He doesn't know that. Like sometimes he just holds his hands in weird places as if he just feels like he doesn't know what to do with them."
Oh,
Perhaps.
I know what you can do. And I kind of just go go over to my staff and I unhinge the crystal ball that I put in top, because sometimes I focus it through the staff. And I'll just go and I'll just show him how I walk with my staff, basically, like holding both hands on it. I'll say, you can try this. This is fun. I can find a new staff.
And the purple slatty is just looking at you, and his hands are kind of like crunched up beneath his chin in a weird fashion. And Lugus says in comment, "That's what I need."
Yeah, I mean, I just start speaking to him and slightly. Like, come take this stuff. You can just hold this, and you won't look so like your hands.
And he goes, "Usually this doesn't have to be trained in him, in a slatty. However, it seems like since he's being raised around people, he doesn't really know what's happening with him, that sort of thing." So then he sort of very cautiously approaches you, and then he takes the staff cautiously, and then he just sort of just starts walking with it in such a way. And you see that he is genuinely trying to be normal, I guess, would be the best way to phrase it. However, it doesn't really feel normal. Nobody like him around, and you're the first instance.
I know what you're. You have the staff. You're a bit hunched over. All you need now is robes. That's it. So I go into my backpack and I find my old robes. Put those on. Yeah, now you look like one of these humans.
He sort of just looks over at Lugus. And Lugus just sort of goes over to him. You don't hear any words exchanged, which is common for Slatty and other creatures like that. And he sort of just makes a weird face. And then Lugus just sort of motions towards you. And then he says in Slatty, "I don't think this is going to work for you."
Sure, why not? Have you tried it?
He has the robes on currently.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
He looks like he feels weird.
I mean, I think you look great. I mean, those purple, I like them. And it suits you.
He goes, thanks. You've given me an idea. Since I don't want to just become you, or who I am. I haven't really tried it.
Well, you can try and find some other clothes. If you're not using mine, I want them back though. I've had them a long time.
He gives them back and he gives you the staff back. And he goes, thank you. Started me on a journey.
Okay. Well, if you need any help on the journey, just let me know. Like I'll poof away. I'm not sure when I'll poof away, but like I'm helping the gin. But yeah, just let me know. I'll be back. And thank you for being born.
He genuinely smiles at you. And then he looks over to Lugus, and they speak wordlessly. You see their facial expressions change. But it seems like you genuinely helped out this person who felt out of place because they were. Just to put it bluntly, he is out of place.
Yes.
But
So am I. That's great.
Yeah. So you feel like you genuinely helped this young. And he sort of just waves to you and makes a loud croaking noise as he says in Slatty, "Goodbye!"
Yeah, I'll see you later.
And he genuinely smiles. And Lugus actually chases after you for a moment, and we're going to end after this.
Okay.
It's just you, and it's kind of weird. Anyway,
Yeah.
it'd be kind of weird to keep going.
Yeah,
without-
I'll just take my long rest after this because I'm out of everything.
So we'll determine what happens if you manage to get that long rest after. But
Yeah.
I'll say that you're starting to try to. But either way, Lugus approaches you, the purple slatty, just sort of standing off with the other weird-looking ape people. And he comes up to you. He's moving quickly for his size, and not only his size, but he's sort of hunched over. He looks like Yoda, if he were a monkey. So for his stature and everything, he's moving extremely quickly to catch up. And he's even still using his cane like this to get up to you quicker. And he goes, "Thank you. I'm not sure I got your name."
Oh, it's Goroth. Thanks. I'm not sure I got your name either.
He goes, he told you. However, I'm...
Oh yeah. It was like look, wasn't it?
Lugus.
Lugus.
Either way, thank you. To be honest, I took him on. I was asked to, completely blunt. And I thought that maybe he would have evil urges. He hasn't had it. I didn't know how to deal with him other than what I'm good at, which is monastic tradition.
Well, you kind of seem like the kid. Do you have like giant libraries too?
He goes, "That's something that we have been trying to gather lore and things, but we don't have... Said the gift?
Yeah, I think that's the gift, right? That's how it's. Yeah.
Gith.
Yeah. Just making sure I didn't say wrong.
Yeah, that's alright. He's just asking you if that's who you were.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about.
Okay, so he goes, "Yeah, they're quite famous among monks. Word gets around. They're pretty much the pinnacle of monastic traditions. I mean, they can control chaos itself. Their mind.
I mean, I think everyone can do the limbo if they just have the mind for it. Like, I've done it a few more times. I mean, some of the kids are better at it than me. But,
He goes, still, it's admirable.
I'm sure you would do well in controlling things. Chaos.
He sort of raises an eyebrow at you. He goes, I can be very chaotic myself. Thank you for your compliment.
Yes. Thank you for your name.
He goes, interesting compliment.
Was there anything else?
Oh, I was just gonna say that you didn't really know how to deal with it.
Oh, yeah.
You seem to be helping. So, more that you can be around. I'm not gonna say stop saving the world, but
I mean, we are... A djinn is teleporting us, like, tonight or tomorrow, I'm not quite sure. But we'll be back. And then I don't know for how long. Like, sometimes I'm just in a different plane. Sometimes.
he nods towards you and he says, but if you have time, I mean, it's selfish to ask. See, I've never seen a smile on a Slatty's face before.
I mean, I have time now, but...
He motions to you. He's doing better. But at least from what I've seen, he's always been mopey and not sure what to do. Now he's...
Yeah, he thought our Slutty was not a language.
He nods and he says, I told him that I couldn't understand his vocalist.
Yeah, well, he thought he was mad.
He puts his hand on his lips. Says, is there anything else that he's told you?
I mean, he told me plenty of things.
Well,
I mean, I read his mind, and like, was this dwarf when he was born? And just go off rambling about things he already know.
okay, and he begins to, he listens to some of it genuinely before he realizes that some of what you're going to say is probably not relevant, and he motions for you to stop and then he's, well, he didn't know that having such internal conflict. I just wanted to know.
No, there's. I don't think there's any evil in him. I think he doesn't like the gift rituals, but that's fine. Yeah.
Well, he seems like he's genuinely trying to come along, much as any of us. Emotions to some of them, and two of them monkey people are currently like pushing each other, and then going, and then one of them gets in between the two of them, and just you hear one of them yelling, "Meditate, meditate," and then they start splitting out from each other, focusing.
You should just try and reading their. I point towards the two that were making a noise. You should just try to read their minds to figure out what the problem is. That usually works.
He smiles at you and he says, "Your kind can genuinely just do it."
Well, I'm a bit tapped right now. We can't do it all the time.
He nods
Yeah,
at
generally.
you. He nods at you and he says, "You have the."
Cut out there. Sorry.
Oh, he goes, "You do have the genuine ability to speak to people's minds."
I answer him in his mind. Yeah, I can do that, but can only hear what you respond now. I could try to probe your memory deeper, but you will have to wait until the morning.
And he nods and he says, well, I suppose, but... And he just sighs, and then he looks back at you and says, well, not... We don't even have that ability. Really.
Oh.
The only reason I can speak to him is because he's constantly trying to speak with me. And he motions to the pink slab. And he goes, otherwise, I can sometimes read people's facial expressions and get some information from that, but usually I can't read minds directly.
Yeah, well,
he's basically describing that he's Sherlock Holmes, not a genuine psychic.
Yeah, so I tell him, well, we he seemed intelligent enough, and we do have the capability of learning languages. As I've mastered 3 other than Sladdy.
And he goes, well, takes a while to teach someone a language.
That's true. It took me a few years. I mean, it was kind of hard learning Common when nobody spoke Common.
He genuinely smiles at you. That's kind of how he feels. He speaks his language. I guess we were kind of callous towards him.
Well, you can always try and learn Sladdy. I don't have a book on it, but the gift should have.
He goes, might have to look into that later. However, I'll be a bit more lenient on him. He won't complain as much about his vocalizations anymore.
Yeah. I'm sure you'll be fine.
And he nods. He says, sure there was nothing else for you to say we don't already know.
I would say no, because there's nothing like he would think of as important. I mean, like Logos was kind of his father figure, but he didn't see him as that too important. So I guess that's the only thing. So yeah, I would say no. I think I pretty much covered it until you cut me off. I couldn't keep going.
And he goes, no, you're fine. Because we know most of these circumstances of his birth. However, I think that really would need to know. If there's any way we can help him emotionally. Is there anything that Sladdy do to raise each other? And from what you're aware of,
it depends on the color. Like the red ones, they like killing the blue ones, while the blue ones, they like killing the red ones.
and he goes, that's helpful, tangentially, but not with him. Yeah, rare.
I mean, I liked reading and like doing magic tricks. I could show you some magic tricks, but I showed them all to, and I point over to the direction he was.
Yeah, and he goes, wait, my true question is there anything specific to Sladdy that they need to know? He's basically trying to say, is there anything that he needs to know that's specific to Sladdy and Sladdy only? That...
Okay. I actually think for a moment, and then I think of something. And I head over back to... I thank him for his name, and I head over back to Sladdy.
He sort of watches you. And if you do anything violent, he's probably going to react to it.
I'm not doing
the
anything
character might not know that, and might not be trying to do anything violent. Either one. Go ahead.
I'm just walking past him and over to the Sladdy again.
He follows you.
Yeah. And I start speaking in Sladdy language. Yeah. Okay, I'll just assume you said keep going. So yeah, I'll tell him in our language that Logos reminded me of something that I probably should tell you because you're like one of my kind. There's only like a certain number of black slutties in existence, and when one of them die, all the grey ones will usually try and get its heart to eat it to become the new black slads. Black slads are usually like super douchebags, like they just kill everything.
Yeah, and the word douchebag in this language is specifically funny to me.
And I tell him, so you should be careful of black slads, and if you ever manage to come across one, you and your allies kill it, take its heart, but do not eat it unless it's your last hope.
Side-eye looks at you, and then he looks at Lugus, and Lugus just sort of nods towards him. He's slatty. Alright. Advice taken.
Okay. Just like something you probably should know as a slatty. But don't eat the heart unless you have no other choice.
He nods, and then he looks at Lugus. Lugus nods.
Yeah, the TV didn't register that after Lugus nods.
Yeah, I hope my computer does this, is all I have to say. And then I'm gonna continue. He goes, yeah. Is there anything else I should know as a slatty? If I ever do get claws, like...
No, I think, weren't the rest of the slutties born with claws, or?
Yeah, they were. Oh, look, when the tadpole matures, they get claws.
Yeah.
But he was never a tadpole, so that might have something to do with it.
I'll tell him maybe you'll get some once you get older. If not, it might be like a purple thing. But most slutty they do have claws. But it's only the red and blue ones that really like make new slutties. So
he nods and he says,
what the humans put it, yeah, we're sterile.
He nods towards you and he says, well, since I'm different, I'll be careful. Like,
okay. Also, you might like start seeing as you're not one of the blues or reds. You might feel like you have some magic in you. Just explore it as much as you can. It's really fun. Like maybe I'll show you tomorrow, but like magic, that's a lot of fun.
he nods towards you and he looks over to Lugus. Lugus doesn't disapprove. Seems like he's sort of just telepathically telling him. And then he looks back at you. And he goes, I'm gonna train in my monk abilities. That might help me control my magic.
Yeah. You can do whatever you think is best. But I don't think you're evil, so.
He nods and he gets his big huge smile. Like, it's a frog smile, which it goes from side of the face to side of the face.
Yeah.
It's an exaggerated smile at its best.
So as it seems like we're done talking, I will go and thank the Slade for being born, and I will thank Lugus for his name.
Right? Lugus just sort of looks at you strangely and then goes over to the Slatty, who currently doesn't have a name.
You didn't ask for one, so I...
Yeah, your other characters didn't get one.
Yeah, and he didn't ask me either, so...
So yeah, but for
He'll
now,
be nameless forever.
perhaps. But that might be something that he might be. Your character doesn't know.
No, I don't know. I literally forgot to ask him of his name. I think I didn't really.
Yes, you did. So I'll say that your character could ask him before we go.
No, he would be forgetful. Like he forgets things all the time. I would say no.
Though he might ask you first Latin.
Yeah, like he might ask me later, and I'll like respond. And...
I'm just telling you as a player, so that way you can possibly prepare one.
Yeah, sure.
So you walk off, and he just waves to you again with a big rivet-like noise. Why?
Okay. I'll look back and I'll do my final trick of the day. Because I have like 1 tides left, even though I'm out of spells.
Okay. Go ahead.
Boop. 53. Which is yeah, my horns go up a bit longer.
Wow.
As I look back and wave at him.
He just sort of looks at you strangely and then sends you a telepathic message saying, nice. And just something on your head. What's that thing on your head?
Oh yeah, I like it. It's like bear, but for the top of your head.
And he says, it moved.
Oh. Yeah, sometimes it gets bigger. It's
You just sort of that's a great place to end. You just sort of awkwardly trail off, just go But no, if you want to say anything else.
No, I'll just say. Like it's what I told you about earlier. It's like magic. You can do a lot of fun things.
And he smiles at you. Well, if I get magic, I'll ask you.
Alright. You know where to find me sometimes?
He goes, it's important to know. I'll find you.
Okay. Good luck.
He nods towards you.
I'm just wandering a random direction. I have no idea where I'm supposed to sleep, so.
Okay. So, as that happens, that is where it comes to a point.
Yeah, sure.
So, just last minute thing, make sure to add that name that I've given you.
Yeah, I did already.
That